guessing
Yes.
by the actions on Matt's face right now.
There's no countdown on
Gosh.
this one. It's just right in.
No, right in. Cool. I was waiting for the,
Nope.
and
No
then
hand.
it was just a bunch of
Just
points,
finger
and I was like,
guns.
oh, cool. Here we're here. Well, hi everyone. Welcome to Hails of Initiative. We're here. We're joined here today by our beautiful cast. We got Conlin, Matt, and Mel. And I don't know if that was the right order, but it was the order on my Discord screen, so that's what we're going with. Today we're doing a one-shot, because Dustin's away, so someone left me in charge.
Well, you volunteered.
You did.
If I remember
You
correctly.
chose this.
Yeah, but someone still let me in charge.
That's fair. Yes, that is on us.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yes, we've got sponsors of Tales of Initiative, and our beautiful, lovely sponsors, such as TA Maps, Day 20, our lovely Matthew here. We've got Fernway Dice. What do we else? We got Level 1 Gamers, GameStop, Emberwind.
Emberwind. Buried without ceremony.
There we go. Last but definitely not least.
Ember carried on the wind and burned me alive, and now I'm buried without ceremony.
Yep. That was beautiful, whatever it was.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Whatever it was. We had TDT Tales Does Tales this Tuesday, Monday for you guys just passed, and that was a great session, spoopy as per usual. And TPK this week is a maybe, so we'll find out when we find out. We'll know when you guys know.
That's the chaos.
Yes, that's the chaos. That's the part of it's all part of the chaos.
Chaos!
Exactly.
Oh, Steve. Hope you're doing okay out there, Steve. I don't know where you are.
Yeah.
We love you.
We love you, Steve. Is there anything else?
Also,
I
we
think
love
that's-
Taylor. Sorry that
Oh
she
yes,
couldn't make it.
we miss Taylor. We miss Dustin.
And
We
Dustin.
wish you were both here, honestly, so I could mess with the both
both
of you.
Dead to me.
Oh.
They are both occupado this week. So Taylor not feeling high. Dustin has some work stuff. So you guys get us. You're welcome.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Oh, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine, right? Come on, guys.
I'm excited.
It's gonna be fine.
I'm excited too.
Just to balance out your nerves, I'm genuinely excited to play a game that doesn't have like dice for a resolution mechanic and is also just so freaking wholesome. I'm very excited.
Yeah. We'll see how we go. We might finish it in 15 minutes, and then we'll figure out what we do from there.
Damn it, we'll do it live.
That's right. I'll get you all to make brand new characters, and then we'll start again. No.
Taylor can't be here because she's been possessed.
Yeah, she'll be back next week. It's
Sorry,
fine.
Taylor. Sorry, Taylor.
Failed her IRL wisdom save.
Yeah, you'll be alright. So mad at the cliffhangers from last week. Just didn't want to be here.
Woof.
Forgive me.
You're not sorry. Nice and Sander. Nice and Sander.
Apparently the music is a tad loud.
It's my bad. I will adjust.
Nice and poppy.
No, this is the most mellow music we have. It's just
Oh, it's mellowish.
no. I appreciate you, Robertables. I know you're just trying to help.
No, thank you very much. That's
There.
you're our quality check, quality
That sh-
assurance.
That should be better. We should be a little bit more.
Alrighty. Well, I guess we should get started then.
Yeah.
Am I right? Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Far out. Okay, I'm nervous.
Fire out, Brussels sprout.
Yeah. How'd you know? So we find ourselves in Hæth, a beautiful, idyllic place where all and every location exists, depending on where you guys travel to. We're in the we've just passed through Silt, which is the current season, and we're at the end of Firetop, which means that you three are meeting up and very excited to be traveling together to make it to Firetop Festival.
Going to
Each of
Firefest.
you...
Yeah,
Yes,
we'll literally
going-
not be able to hear anything besides fire.
No, I know, it's fine. It is what it is. I'm going to end up calling it Firefest by the end of it. The
Ours is
three of
real.
you have... Yes, the three of you have decided on this location to meet up. And I am going to get the three of you to each roll a d6 for me. And we're going to find out what this location is.
Okay. Got a 5.
5. All right, you guys are meeting at a tower.
Ooh.
Roll again, Colin.
No doubles.
1. A tower in a field. And it doesn't actually, I just realized it doesn't matter if there's doubles, so we will ignore that I asked you to re-roll and it's fine.
What
And Matt?
Rarity. 4.
4. At a port. Okay, this is interesting. So you guys are meeting at the base of a tower in a field, which I'm guessing there's a port just to the side. So why don't you each introduce your characters? We'll go around and I want you to tell me what your character looks like, how they got to this place, and how long they've been traveling for. And we'll start with Matt.
Okay. My character is named Pitter Pat, or Pat for short. He is a large, scraggly-haired, all messy beaver that has these big orange teeth and just waddles about. Has a stained apron and pots and pans kind of like all over the place around like a big bundle sack on his back, with a sturdy walking cane. And I forgot to ask you about this. One of the items that you could pick for your look for the Guardian playbook is a shield almost as big as you. And I was wondering if I could flavor that as my tail.
Absolutely. Yes, of course.
I got my big floppy patty tail.
Yes, lovely.
And I am we'll start the minion craze because all of us picked playbooks that involve like other things, and I have my little ward with me, so like scooching about somewhere nearby is a tiny little fox named Cheche.
So cute. So cute. And where did you travel from? How did you get here?
Where did I travel from? I don't know any of the locations in Hæth, so I'm
There are no locations.
Awesome.
Nothing exists and everything is whatever you say.
Perfect. There is a sort of like big, sort of like high hinterlands with a bunch of water roaming through. That is, is the starving god that one thing? So it's like, it's sort of called, I think, like the drooling marshes, where it's like it's theorized that like the starving god's body is somewhere higher up in the mountains, and it's just like eternally drooling down into this area, and that's where all the water comes from. And been traveling for about 4 months at this point.
Perfect. That sounds good. And when you arrive to the bottom of this tower, waiting for your companions to join you before you make this journey, what do you notice in the area? This can be literally anything. So you
Sure.
can make,
Immediately noticed in the area that that there's a dock nearby. There's probably also like a cart with some food, and it's just like the only like unifying feature for the menu is skewers. Everything's skewer based, so it's like little puffballs on skewers, little rice on skewers, like everything on skewers. And Cheche is immediately like just waving up and like giving Gibby hands for a skewer.
Perfect. I love that. All right, Conlin, why don't you introduce your character as you arrive into this tower on the field?
Cool. Yeah, I am Gilak the Moth Tender. I am a bat with brown fur and then a kind of darker brown, almost black head. Carries a map of local moth towers and a satchel full of papers. He has on a official moth tending uniform that has been sort of worn from age. There's lots of stitches and sort of restitching of pieces that have fallen off or patches and various things. And it is been stitched with care and attention. He also wears light brown gloves, which have fingers that have been stained with black ink. And yeah, I think that's his description.
Perfect. And where were they traveling from?
Yeah. So I think probably. So the moth tenders are like the mail system in Hæth, and so probably just traveling between moth towers, attending to the moths, delivering letters, doing some work as like a postal service person.
Perfect. Constantly traveling then.
Yes.
Nice. And as you come up to the tower, other than noticing Pat and Chi-Chi, how do I say, what did you say before? Che-Che. What do you notice in the area?
I think probably the first thing would be like the local moth. It's not an apiary. I don't know what it would be called if it's moths, but the moth tower, I guess. That is
maybe this tower is the male moth tower.
Yeah.
The postal moth tower.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the tower. So yeah, lots of moths flitting about, and yeah.
Perfect. And then Mel, would you like to introduce your character and as you make it up to the tower?
I know how to hit buttons. I didn't just mute myself. Hi. So, coming up the hill, you're actually going to be seeing. I have to make sure I pronounce it correctly. It's called a Jacob sheep. So it looks a little bit like the sheep of Satan. For you Satanists at home, I'm sorry. I just couldn't help myself. But they have one set of horns. They usually have more than two. So just a long set of horns from the front and then another set that kind of grow around the jawline, so to speak. And her name's Millie. Millie the shepherd. So Millie's coming up the hill. Very, very simple garb. So kind of just like a simple, very loose farmer's dress of sorts. Has a cloak on her back with a shepherd's cane. And following just behind her are 5 little bumblebees. All of various shapes and sizes, adding to the minion collection. So you have 5 different bumblebees, an old one named Gramps, a cute one named Moxie, a big one named Bruno, the luckiest of them, Luck, and then an anxious one named Jerry.
Oh, I love them all.
So, she would have been traveling for a significant period of time, so since it's kind of getting into the colder months, she would want to be moving her flock over towards warmer pastures so that they don't, they have some food and they don't have to hibernate as long. So, she's meeting up with the rest of the crew.
Perfect. As you guys meet up and look around, you can see that all the trees are bright shades of yellow, orange, and red going to the top to almost look like they're on fire themselves. Hence the name Firetop for the season. It's quite a beautiful sight with everything looking out with everything's looking orange and very fall-y. You all make it to the bottom of the tower and meet up. Oh yes, Millie, what else do you notice in the area?
What else do I notice in the area? Mostly that other than the others gathering at the base, mostly that a lot of the flowers have kind of started dying off in the season. So since it's starting to get to be that time of year where it's getting colder, the warmth isn't out as much, the sunshine isn't out as much, food's a little scarce for my little bumblebee parade that's right behind me. But I have some stored just in case.
Perfect. As you guys meet up and discuss your journey and plans to move on, you remember that you need to do 3 things before you make it to the Firetop Festival. You need to collect supplies for the fire that you need to everyone creates a bonfire with their families and friends and stays in little groups and has like a cute little afternoon. You need to get supplies for your flame wishes, which is little flame lanterns that you guys are going to make when you arrive, and they set out plans for the future. And you also need to get some snacks and drinks for the night, so you can have yourselves a cute little party get together with the three of you and all of your little friends that you've brought with you. As you look around this tower at the moment, you can see the food carts stand by the port. It's actually my contribution to it is actually it's a hot air balloon port, not a ship port. So all of the stalls are lining, and you can see these big, beautiful hot air balloons that are patchworked. Some of them are striped, and they're quite gorgeous. Yeah, what do you guys like to do before you move on to your next location?
What are you thinking, Matt?
We're also like, oh god, I have no skills. We're out
Nope,
of D&D land.
We're out of D&D
scary.
land. Yes. As you're taking a look over from the Moth Tower, you see that there is someone struggling with ropes over by the hot air balloons, and you also see two hedgehogs having an argument at one of the food stalls, as some prompts for you as well.
Well, they're in a prickly situation.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go. Sorry. It's just...
Beautiful.
Like
Oh,
Pat is kind of distracted at the moment. I'm kind of distracted at the moment, just like watching Che and be like, okay, don't bother that poor man. What were we doing? We could. Oh, they could help with the ropes. I think I'll help with the ropes. Right? That makes sense, right? I'm gonna wander over and see what's up with these ropes going on. Just sort of like occasionally like checking, like she's still there. Okay. She's still there. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, you leave Che with a with the hedgehog's family, not the two that were fighting, but the one that's manning the stall, and they're standing there like watching over the food that's sitting on display, just like don't touch it, and you see a rotund frog trying to jump and grab onto ropes that are just out of his reach, and he's unable to reach them at this point, and you can see that that's what he's kind of struggling with. Oh my, give me the, oh gosh.
Hey there, you seem to be having an issue with the verticality. Is there...
Yeah. I mean, I can usually jump pretty good, but this is just it's too much. And you can see the wind is picking it up every now and again as well, which is making it a little bit harder for him to grab onto.
Are the ropes? Where are the ropes coming from? Are they coming from like an air balloon way up high?
Yeah.
I could try and toss you.
Oh, I mean, yeah, let's do that.
If you're okay with that.
Yeah, that sounds great. And so you spend a token to help out this frog man, and as you grab this rotund belly, you can feel him like squished like a squish toy as you like hold him in your hands, and he's like
no
half,
bigger than
yeah. And he gets ready for you to push him up. You shove him up, and he grabs a hold of the rope, and he slowly falls back down, holding onto the rope, ties it off, and he's just like, oh well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. What'd you need the rope for? Anyway.
Well, I mean, if you see that it actually is one of the support ropes that holds the balloon to the basket, and it's one of like 20 of them, but it was just one that had come out and needed to get reconnected. Is like, oh well, if there's anything I can do for you, you let me know, would you?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Happy to help.
Thank you. And he heads just continues working on his balloons.
Oh, okay. You have a good with your balloons. You have a good with your balloons. That was sorry. That was confusing. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye. And as you head back over to Cheche, you see that she has 2 skewers in her hands. And she is very much enjoying like cream puffs on one and fish skewer on the other, and is just thoroughly munching down. And you see the hedgehog has just got a smile on her face. She seems to have handed them over after a moment of staring and drooling, I imagine.
There's a very moment of panic, like, where did you get, like, tried that happiness, but, like, where's the problem that I now need to solve because of, like, where did you get the, okay, we're not in trouble, okay. Thank you.
No, you're all right.
It seems that you have quite a handful to deal with, Pat.
Yeah, just a few, yeah.
You need to keep your eye on them sometimes. Can't let them wander off too far.
Both eyes, usually, yes.
I need to ask though, what are those? And I'll like be pointing towards all the different varieties of skewers towards the hedgehog.
Oh, well, we've got cream puffs here. We've got fish, the 2 options that I said earlier. Then we've got marshmallows. Then we have chocolate. Then we've got mutton. No, that's sheep. Ah! Then we've
Treading
got
right into Crown of Candy
bamboo.
problems.
And we've got pandan leaf. You're welcome.
Nailed it.
We get to the mutton part and the wholesomeness is just gone.
Sugar, fish,
I really
and
enjoy
leaves.
that the marshmallows are right next to the fish. 2 things that will definitely trade flavors in a terrible way.
Yep.
They're actually like, they're not even actually separated. You can see the different shapes of the skewers, but they're just everywhere.
No organization to this.
Mm-mm. No, none of them.
Just a curious question, but do we have financial means in this world, or is this
Your tokens will also count, as well as barter and trade.
Gotcha.
No money.
Gotcha. Oh.
Use a compliment.
Hey, good looking. No, I'm kidding.
That's right.
Sorry, I'm a little sheepish.
No.
Okay, I'm actually gonna go. I'm sorry.
Unbelievable. I'm playing a dad character and you get the dad joke.
Well, the marshmallows certainly seem they'd be good. Could I have one, please?
Yeah. Yes, you may. What can you give me for it?
Oh, let me see. And I'll just like rummage through pockets, like the nefarious amounts of pockets in like this farmer's. Well, let's see.
Pockets are up to something.
No, not that. Oh, lint. Oh, I'll tuck that in for later. And then there is. I'm also doing this to distract everybody while I look for all of my stuff. That's it.
While you were miming it and you weren't looking.
Oh wait, I was supposed to be scrolling with my mouse. Hold on, mime with one hand.
Oh yeah, just. I could give you a pat on the head for being a good hedgehog.
Wonderful. Good luck with that. And she leans forward and her spikes protrude at you as you decide to pat her on the head.
Just all the strain.
Wow. I mean, I don't think I've ever had anybody pat on my head before, so I'll take it, and here's your marshmallow skewer.
Thank you.
You're a little bit sore, and you lose a token.
Yeah, that's the pain I get, so that's going in the corner here. I'm actually going to give the marshmallows to all my bumblebees, because they're going to be hungry and they need some sugar. So, I'll give some to Gramps first, just because since he's the old crotchety one out of the whole group, so that he has his own fair share first. Moxie, the cute one, is gonna give me the biggest doe eyes you could probably see on a bee, with the hopes of like, oh please, can I be next? Bruno just takes one whole marshmallow for himself because he big, he chonky. And Luck gets one. And then Jerry, being the smallest out of all of them, looks very timid next to Moxie, but I'll manage to split one in half for each of them because they're a little tinier, so smaller.
I love them so much. They're so cute. The pair of hedgehogs are still fighting behind the stall, and it's not very hushed or anything like that. So you can kind of tell that it's about the management of the stall and the young hedgehog not wanting to work there. And that's what you can kind of overhear at the moment. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do before you move on to your next location?
Should we do our left and right questions?
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. I forgot about that. I'm so sorry.
I did too.
So, yeah. You guys all know each other from previous... This is, you know, decided to meet up for a reason. You guys are friends in one way or another. Starting with... We'll go backwards. So, Mel, you've got 2 questions. One to ask Conlin, one to ask Matt. And they will... Yeah, we'll see what these connections are.
Okay. For Conlin... your question is, what did you do that made me trust you with my herd?
Ooh, man. That's a good question. I feel like at the base level, we connected over the fact that, like, you're a shepherd, I'm a moth tender. So kind of both looking after herds of beasts of burden. But I think probably the like big thing was delivering a package that you needed like urgently and really going out of my way to get it to you on time and quickly. Whereas I think probably the mail system is not usually super timely. It's more of a when you get there, when it gets there, it gets there. Trying to get you something for your bees quickly.
Yeah, I like it. So I just gonna make a note. Conlin, fastest fuckboy.
Perfect.
Incredible.
With mail. Okay, and then Matt. Do you think of yourself as part of my family?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh. Man. I'm gonna say that there's 2 answers. There's like, internally, no. Because I think Pat is so overwhelmed trying to attend to Che-Che. And it's like, I have a big enough family and it's only one. I'm already at maximum. But if you ever asked him, he'd be like, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Oops, I can spell. Answer. Yeah, but.
Yeah,
big
but.
letters. Che.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. Conlin, what are your 2 questions?
Cool. Mel, what is it about my job that so appeals to you?
While being a shepherd, it's a constant job of like being vigilant and watching over my flock. That's still the same vibes that you get with your moths to make sure everything runs smoothly. So that's what Millie would be very happy to see between both jobs.
Cool. And then Matt, a little pitter patter. Let's get at her. Do you think the moths are as beautiful as I do?
Oh yes. And I think the only thing that Pat thinks is more beautiful than the moths are Cheche's charcoal drawings of the moths.
Oh.
Adorable.
Ah.
Then I'm left, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Lucky love.
We'll randomize which one of you gets this question. Okay. Mel, because this is presuming that you knew me before I had Cheche. What was I like before I found my ward?
Very carefree. Not too much paying attention to details, so to speak. Kind of. I didn't expect the music to get depressing. I don't need it to be
Nope,
depressing.
we're in it.
I would say carefree in the positive sense, where you have the whole world as your oyster. So everything is like, oh, I get to do this. Oh, I get to do that. I get to explore this. And now there is Tiny Child involved. And it's like, oh God, Tiny Child is here. Oh God, Tiny Child is over here. So focus on shifting from you towards Tiny Child, towards your ward.
I like that. It's also true. So that means, Conlin, why does my ward look up to you, and why does that bother me?
Ooh.
Every time we meet back up, Gallic brings your ward a map of all of the moth towers, hand-drawn map of all the different places that he's been, and all the different people that he's met, just, drawings and little notes and things like that. And I think it concerns you because you're afraid that your ward might be trying to leave the nest too early, right? They're very excitable by the wider world.
Yes. And her traits are cheerful and friendly. And the friendly one is like, they want to befriend everyone and everything they meet. So there's already this like, come back, not all people are friends.
That's perfect. Excellent. So, as you rekindle your friendships and remember why you all love each other so much, you collect yourselves and head off to your new location. You're walking for a moment, and I will get each of you to roll me a d6 again.
Ooh. D6. 4.
4. Ooh, cool. Matt?
Also a 4, unless you'd like me to re-roll.
I
No,
can
that's
reroll.
fine. And Conlin?
2.
2. Oh my god. Okay.
Should we be worried?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so you guys make your way across the field before coming upon a giant mirror in front of you, and it looks like the field from behind. And as you get closer, you can just see the same field, and you start to see yourselves as you walk closer and closer. As you get within properly looking at it, you can see that it's a tall glass building, and the buildings go on for a long way, and you've just found a metropolis made of mirrors.
Ooh.
And it is a labyrinth.
Oh, ooh, not ooh.
So it looks like there is a wall that just goes infinitely left and infinitely right, and there is a little thing in the center, an entryway in the center of this giant mirror metropolis. And that's what you walk up upon. What else do you guys see? We'll start with Matt. What do you see when you arrive? Something else that you see there?
This is something I was going to describe. And if it doesn't count as something in the location, that's fine. I'll come up with another thing.
No, it's fine.
The way that typically, like, because often Pat's like carrying stuff. And so often Cheche will just sit on his tail as they're walking about. And so she has just been sitting on the tail, alternating between little sticks of what she's eating, and occasionally offering it to the others, to Millie or Gaelic. Gaelic.
Perfect.
Gaelic.
Gaelic.
Whatever. Gillick.
Gaelic.
Gaelic. So that could be the thing I see, unless you'd like me to do something that's environmental.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
yeah, you see, you're using your tail as a wheelbarrow behind you.
Yes.
Little.
So it just drags
trailer.
along the ground, and Che-Che's just sitting on there.
Perfect. Conlin, what do you see as you walk up to these big mirrors?
Cool. I think I can do this. We'll see how this works. So I think it's a labyrinth of mirrors, but there I think probably is a signpost. One of the things that I'm carrying is a royal summons from the King of the Floating Mountain for the proper mayor of a hidden village. And so in this sort of metropolis of glass and mirrors, could there be a hidden village in which I need to deliver a package?
Absolutely. Yeah, so as you guys make your way towards the where you can see the gap where you walk in, there is a signpost, and it says "Hidden Village" with like little spirals, and the signpost is very beautifully made. And there probably is a hidden village in there. Excellent. And Mel, what do you see as you're walking up?
I see only 4 of my bees as I look behind me, and I see that Bruno is stuck in the hallway a little bit, so I have to... It's just that moment of like, oh, Bruno. So you think you're so small, and yet you are not so small anymore, dear. So I'll hop over Bruno and just start pushing him on his butt to make sure that he gets through the entryway. He'll make it out after a few smushes. It's like, suck it in!
Nice. Yeah. Once you get like a certain point, you kind of turn him 90 degrees and he's able to fly sideways down this long hallway. And there's left and right turns, a couple of split ways, but you manage to readjust yourselves before opening this big clearing in the center. And there is a village there. Looks like there are just a bustling, beautiful village of like, small enough that it's hidden away and not too worried, but you can see a general store, there is a food market, and there is just some kids running around in a couple of houses. And there's the Moth Tower. Oh wait, no, this is a hidden village, so there wouldn't be a Moth Tower, that's why you had to personally deliver it, right?
Yep.
So no Moth Tower, just a house numbers, and you find the house that you...
It's the mayor of the
mayor.
Proper mayor of a hidden village.
Okay, so you can see a big building that's got a clock on top of it, big bricks molding all of those other bits and pieces that make up this beautiful mayor's building, I imagine. What is it called? City Hall.
Yeah.
Town
Mayor's
hall.
building.
Mayor's building. I'm imaginative. What would you guys like to do now that you've walked through this maze labyrinth?
I think I need to deliver this letter. I'll meet back up with you guys. Does that work?
Sure. And better yet, I could always send one of my little friends with you in case you get lost along the way.
Sure.
I'll give you Gramps. And you'll just see this really crotchety old bumblebee. He's starting to turn a little gray on the yellow parts.
Does he have a frame?
Well,
Flies
it's like
in the frame.
his wings look not as glossy as younger bumblebees do and stuff, and he just has this It's just this grouchy sort of look on his face. But he sticks right by your side. He doesn't leave you, so he'll be your little buddy. You just hear just a very low pitched hum. And then all the other ones sound a lot higher pitched since they're younger, and then just from Gramps. So he'll be your buddy.
Perfect. So Gaylord and Gramps make their way to the mayor's building, and they make their way inside. There is a deer secretary sitting at the front, and you can see a door just behind her, and it says Proper Mayor. So you know that is the proper mayor of this hidden village, and she's sitting there and she's typing on her typewriter as you walk in.
Hello. I have a summons for the mayor.
Oh, yes. He's quite busy at the moment. Is it important?
I think so. I think it's from the king of the floating mountain. It's a
wow.
royal
Okay. Well,
summons.
in saying that, I haven't seen you before, and we don't get many visitors here in the hidden village, so I guess important. Let me just be one moment. And she hurriedly, anxiously walks over to the door and knocks on it, and you hear what? And she's like, "Oh, I've got some mail here for you. It seems to be important." And okay. And you just hear this like as like something opens the door, and a hippopotamus fits his snout through the door, which is as big as the deer itself, and then out of nowhere, with no physics required, stretches himself through this door like bones don't exist, and just pops out, and his belly goes as he exits. And he's like, "My letter for me?"
Yes, that was quite amazing. I think he pulls out like a quick, like a piece of paper that is a map in progress and a quick little like ink pen quill situation, and like draws out a quick like hidden village hippopotamus mayor, on the thing. Oh yeah, sorry. I have a summons for you, and hand out
Summons?
from the king of the floating mountain.
Oh, wow. I've been waiting for this letter for a very long time. Thank you so much for bringing it to me.
You're welcome.
And he opens it, reads it over, and he gives you a little pat on the head with his big toad foot. And he's like, "Oh, whoa. Thank you very much. You found us. You appreciate that. It definitely wasn't easy, I imagine."
Oh, yeah. I've been carrying that one for quite some time. It's sort of, I tend to follow the moths where I can and serendipity where I can't. And this one was sort of a serendipitous moment. I wasn't expecting to find you here, but here you are.
I don't know what that means, but lovely. Now, as for doing that, I just, and he leans over to the like reception desk or the secretary's desk, and he grabs a little letter opener, and it's got like jewels on it, and it's actually quite lovely. And he hands it to you, and he's like, "For taking the time to come here."
Thank you. As you know, the moth tenders aren't here for the material gains, but it's always appreciated.
That's what I've seen.
Well, I can imagine with a hidden village, that's it's hard for them to get here. The moths don't come here, so the moth tenders probably don't follow too often.
Yes. Well, please grab a drink from me outside. Just let them know that the proper mayor told you that you're allowed a free drink for you here with anybody.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm sure we will take you up on that.
Thank you very much. And you see him head back into his office, same as the weirdest way that you ever saw him leave. And you see him grab a suitcase, and he actually leaves before, like, as you're leaving behind you, you see him kind of come out of the big building, and he hops onto one of those like large chariots that are like drawn by other animals, and the deer hops in the front to pull the hippopotamus as they take off.
This feels like an abusive power, but
For sure. It for sure is an abuse of power a little bit there, but
also somewhat concerning that the mayor has just left the village, but that's fine. This is fine.
He's been summoned by someone quite important.
By the way,
and he got it late. So
Fair.
By the way, I think the way that they negotiate the like, what's the difference between like a work animal and like a Hæth like person animal is that the work animals are all insects. So insectoids are all
that makes
so
sense.
like vehicles, chariots, they're all pulled by
Cool.
like big beetles and
Perfect.
stuff.
Excellent. So a giant cicada.
Oh God, it's so
Cicada.
loud.
Yep, is pulling this thing, and you see the hippo try to sing along with the cicada's wings. So he just goes as they disappear, like a motor running down a road. Okay, so we use insects for workers. That works better. And
Oh
the
my God.
receptionist waves a tissue out the window. It's like, oh, I'll take care of everything until you're gone. Back. Bye-bye. And you can have a token for helping someone in need with their letter delivery.
Yay.
What were the two of you doing while the letter was being delivered?
The bees would be playing with Chi-Chi or Che-Che, just to make sure that she has some entertainment. Moxie would be like, you know, doing the running and stuff, and Jerry's hiding because he doesn't know what to do. And then Bruno, having been squeezed through most of the hallways and stuff, would be pretty tired, so he'll just be snoozing on the ground. And then oh shoot, who's left? Luck would also be like following after all of them too, just having fun.
I think they have a fun game they like to play where like one bee will grab Che-Che and like float her around and then toss like to another bee that like swoops under and catches her, and she's just giggling the whole time as she's like airborne and just being tossed around.
Give Pat a heart attack.
Pat is actually like gotten so used to it that like, and also like Pat does like little toss-up games and like will throw her with his tail and stuff. So like
Aww.
Pat's kind of used to her being very like physical out there. It's more of like when she's causing a problem for other people, that's when he starts to get like, oh, hold on. And Pat, meanwhile, is like, I'm just wandering around trying to like, this is so different. What's it like living in mirrors, and is just like looking for people to just idle chatter with, and is kind of like amazed at the idea of a village within a city made of mirrors.
That sounds like a lot of fun. All right. Gaylok returns back to you guys, and you see the chariot as it makes its way down through the long hallway, and with it no physics as well, it squishes as it heads down there, and then as soon as he leaves the hallway, it's like jelly. But as he does that, you see it knocks the post of a wooden house by the exit of the thing, and you see the roof starting to go.
Uh-oh.
I got this. I've got it covered.
And you-
And Pat's just like running over there to like hold the post, or like stand in place of the post until a better solution comes along.
Perfect.
See,
Yes.
can I assist?
Absolutely. Yes. You
Okay.
both go over there and grab onto the posts, and you can see that the house is starting to stabilize just a little bit as you as a family of newts run out the front door. And as they run out the front door, you see the roof go, and the whole thing falls down. But you manage to save this newt family from getting crushed in this falling house.
Pat's
Say
just
thank you very much.
Still holding him. Oh, that didn't work as well as I thought.
Oh, gosh. Thank you for saving us. You can keep that if you want.
Oh, thank you. I started eating nervously. I'm sorry.
Do beavers actually eat wood?
They do. Yes, they actually
They
get
do?
nutrients from the bark.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was curious if that was just a pastime or
they're
if it was a...
Their teeth are also incredibly like iron rich. It's why they
Yeah.
can do that. Like they strip bark and they eat like they're kind of eating half the bark and also the sap behind the bark.
This is just Animal Planet,
It's-
channel,
this is-
guys.
Yes,
This is the Animal Planet.
We're learning.
We're
learning. We're learning.
They've
And
got a
the
whole new lease on life.
yes, and the
Oh.
both of you get a token for helping the
Yay.
house, helping the family.
Thanks.
Is there anything else that you guys would like to do in the metropolis before you move on?
We're just glad we could help. What do you all farm around here? Where do you get your food? If you're in mirrors.
We have traders come through
Oh.
and stock us up, and then they move on. And well, there's a lot of fun treasures and hidden wares that we can find in this labyrinth. And they all five of them put their arms up like this to the sky, like the labyrinth gives.
Well, this would probably be a good place as any to try and grab some stock before we head to the festival, Pat.
That's what I was thinking. Actually, if the labyrinth gives, do you want the house pieces? Are you going to use those?
We will use them to
Okay,
rebuild.
I'll leave them there.
Okay, you can take a couple if you want.
Sure, just
Yeah, absolutely, for saving us, of course.
okay. If that's okay with you. And Pat's just gonna load like a couple of bits of wood onto his tail. I'm
Yeah.
thinking bonfire supplies.
Perfect.
Ah.
Wonderful.
and a snack.
That's perfect.
And maybe a little bit.
A snack.
Not counting it for the snack part that we need, but yes, he had.
Awesome. Perfect.
Where'd she go?
And oh, where did
Oh.
she go?
I'll like look over towards the bees to see if they're still playing with her. I would imagine Cheche's probably on top of Bruno who's sleeping, and she's like probably jumping on him as like a big trampoline.
Yeah.
And Bruno's big and tired. He doesn't care, so it's oh, I think I found her.
Oh,
You
okay.
look over and one of the new kids are like stuck on the side of the bumblebee, like.
Bruno gets used and abused, and he's fine with it. So it's
Yeah, hop off the bumblebee, darling. Come here. And she grabs her son back, and they just start picking up pieces of wood and starting to put the house together. And it looks like it goes together way easier than it should. It looks like there's something going on with this place that helps out people to do what they plan to do, without needing to have to worry about it, really.
The labyrinth
and you-
provides.
The labyrinth provides.
Didn't think we'd have a cult involved in this wholesome game of Wanderhome. God.
Of course. There has to be. It was gonna be a cult of lambs. No.
That's an A+ reference.
Thank you. And then you guys, make your way out of the labyrinth and find your way out. You have picked up one piece of treasure along the way from the mayor, which is exciting. Is there anything else you wanted to do at all? Sorry. Oh, Mel wanted to get food. Sorry, before we leave. Didn't you?
I was just
And I
thinking
have-
of. Oh, go ahead.
I have carte blanche for free drinks from
Yeah, that's
the
right.
mayor.
That's-
so.
Yeah, I was hoping we could like milk that out a little bit for us for
Yeah.
the. Lost my pen. Oh well.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Just a few doors down from the mayor's building, there is a ye old pub, and they've got a sign out the front with a Stein on the sign, and there's a big open sign, and the front door is open, and there's lots of noise and music, and everything's going on in there. You can see a magpie playing the flute on the stage there as you guys walk in. There is a chimpanzee behind the bar serving drinks, and there is a flamingo on roller skates serving the drinks. As you guys walk in, there's patrons of all different sizes, and it looks like why the town looked pretty quiet is everyone is in here.
Mm.
That makes sense.
I'll just stay by the door just to make sure that they don't get too rowdy. And referring to my little flock of bumblebees, why don't
They're all just at the door, like,
let me in, let me in, let me in. The pretty lights. I have to attend to them, so why don't the two of you go on ahead? Anything you pick up, I think, would be fine by me.
Okay. JJ, stay close. And this is gonna hold her hand, and she's just doing the just constant
wave at everybody.
Everyone gets a wave.
I love JJ so much. It's just so cute.
what are you doing, Conlin?
I guess, yeah, going up to cash in our drinks. Yeah, I think probably if the bar is crowded, it probably takes a while. Galak is fairly timid. Not timid. Timid's not the right word, but just like proper. Like, we'll wait our turn in line until there's a moment. And that just leads to people who are a little bit more pushy being like, bartender, and
Yeah.
oh, okay. That's fine. You go ahead. Eventually it would get up.
After a few moments and the bar is completely cleared down and everyone is in their seats, you finally step up, peer your head over the bar, and the chimpanzee kind of leans over and looks and is like, oh, ho, ho, ho. Hi, what have we got here? Newcomer.
Oh, yep, just visiting and delivering a letter. I don't know if you saw the mayor leave, but was delivering an important summons for the mayor.
Oh, the mayor's gone.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of problematic maybe too, but it seemed like
fine,
everybody
we
was
love
okay
it.
with it.
We love it when Deary takes over.
Oh, good. Yeah, I kind of got that vibe. That seemed like yeah.
It makes sense as to why everyone's in here now.
Yes. Speaking of which, the mayor said we could pick up some drinks on the house or on him.
Yeah, for getting the mayor out of town, of course. How many are you after?
With three, right? Unless the bees want something. Do you have mead? That seems what? Is that okay?
Mead is exactly what they've got.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I guess maybe the bees would want. Do you honey? Just like that you use to make the mead?
I'm sure I could find some honey.
Cool. Can we get 3 drinks and some pre-made honey, like before it becomes mead?
And
Yeah,
milk.
so the
and a
3
milk. You have any milk? I don't know. If you do.
Yeah.
Nope, that's
of
an adult
course.
drink. No.
Yeah, easy peasy. So you get your 3 meads, your milk, and your honey, and it'll cost you a token for the honey.
Oh yeah, honey is like super valuable in Hæth.
Yes. This is something that, I mean, the moth tender out there would know all too well. Oh, not the moth tender. The shepherd out there would know all too well that their bees work very hard to make their honey. And yeah, he leaves you to your drinks. If there's anything else I could get for you, let me know. And there's a menu behind with some snacks and other bits and pieces. And that's it.
Do we want to load up on stuff from here for later?
We can. I was just gonna take things as they were going. But yeah, if we have what we need, or we need to get new things, it looks like you've gotten some materials, some supplies.
Should be able to build a bonfire. Sorry. That's in the way. I'm in the way. Sorry.
It's like a long train behind you
Yeah.
that no one can step on because it's so thick.
It's a pallet of just broken wood pieces.
That's amazing. So you all enjoy your beautiful meads, the bees enjoy the honey, and Che enjoys her milk. Is there anything else that you'd like to do before we move on?
I like the idea of just going with the flow. Maybe we'll find better food from somewhere else, and it's just different things from different places. make a more diverse Firetop thingy.
So when is it always an adventure getting to Firetop? All right, perfect. You guys decide to exit the labyrinth. You spend a little bit of time winding and weaving down the exit of the labyrinth with the mirror walls, bumping into the mirrors every now and again, until you pop out the other side. And I'll get you each to roll a d6 for me.
Okay. Uh-oh.
I'll give you one guess what I rolled.
What'd you get?
Another 4.
That's okay. So I'm gonna actually, sorry, I need 2 d6s from everybody.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Add them
this
up or
one's
separately?
separately, please. So a 4 first,
And a
and
5.
then and a 5. 4, 5. Ooh. Conlin.
3 and a 2.
Ew.
Cool. And Mel.
A 1 and a 5. Multiple dice, guys.
Wow. All right, cool. This one's going to be fun. So you exit the metropolis of mirrors and you come across a lake, or what looks like a lake. You're not entirely sure. It spans as far as you can see, except for there is an island just in front of you. There doesn't seem like you can go left or right, really. You need to go forwards, and there is a little dock with a rowboat on the side with a person looking like they're renting boats, and there is a palace on the island that you can see in front of you. There is also a cave on this island, which you can see. It is called Cave Island. That's how you can know that there's a cave on there, because you can't see the cave right now. You can only see the palace. But it's called Cave Island.
There's a palace on the island. There's the cave in the lake.
Mm-hmm.
Frog and all.
Exactly. Perfect. And Mel, what else can you see there as you walk up to this dock?
I can see that I think the guy who's renting it, business is a little slow, so I think he has like legs propped up on a stool or like a box, and he's in a chair and just like sawing Z's, just.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Matt, what do you see as you walk up?
Is there a ship at the dock? I guess I could just declare that there is. I'm so used
There's
to
a what?
asking. Is there a ship at the dock? Is there a ship on
There-
this side?
There is now.
Okay. I'll say that there's a ship on the dock, but like
Mhm.
it's like, oh, okay, there's a ship, and it like Pat, just out of habit of like checking things, like is looking for like, is it propped up? Are there holes in it? Like, is it sailable? And there's just all these little like eyes that are like right next to the ship, and it's just like boop, boop, boop. Like they just go back into the water when it seems like they've been noticed.
I love that. A ship with secret eyes.
Che goes to like the side of the dock and like leans over, like waves at where the eyes were.
Is it frogs? Are you picturing frogs?
I have no idea. I'm just saying, I saw eyes and they went below water.
For some reason in my head, it's snails that are stuck to the underside of the dock, and their little eyes have popped up.
Sure,
And
I like that too.
Their little stalks are looking. So when Che pops her head under, she can see them all stuck upside down to the dock.
I feel like Gramps, knowing all too well where this might go, he'll like grab the back of her shirt and just kind of
Yes.
like pull her back.
Yes, thank you.
And Conlin, what else do you see as you make your way?
I think a retired moth tower. So no more moths in it, or at least not visibly, not one that is connected to the postal service anymore, but just the tower.
Is it on the island or is it on this side of the bank?
I think on this side of the bank, yeah. I think closest to us. I think that makes sense.
So you guys walk past the Moth Tower and head to the docks. I am guessing where the renting business is slow. He was sleeping. Did you want to tell me what animal he was?
I think it would be a cat. Just because it'd be very ironic for him to own a boat business right next to the water. So
Perfect. You see he's catching some Z's with his feet up, and there's a couple of signs posted on the little ticket booth that he's got. One for a ship ride across to the island, and then one to hire the rowboat. And that is what you can see in front of you.
Could I make a quick pit stop in the Moth Tower?
Of course you can, absolutely.
So, sort of going in, I'm gonna world build here, since this is the game for it. I assume that every Moth Tower, in the same way that like a postal service has, where things have been through, you'll oftentimes like they like go, across continents or things like that. They'll get like different stamps. Has a stamp saying like, this is the Moth Tower that this thing was at. And so, Gaelic pulls out a well-worn letter, unopened, that is covered in little stamps of different locations, and finds the one for this place and stamps.
Oh, it's like what they do in Japan for like all the train stations and stuff.
Yeah.
For the
It's like a passport, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
cool.
love it. That's so cute. It's like all the places this letter's gone. Yeah, easy peasy. That's beautiful. I love that so much. Of course you can do that. That's done.
Yeah.
And I am going to give you a token for that, because that you took a moment to describe a moment of beauty. That was gorgeous.
Yay.
Yay!
World building.
World building. And what are the other two doing?
It'd be rude to wake him up, wouldn't it?
What's the difference between hiring the rowboat versus a ride to the island? If you want to ride to the island by hiring the rowboat, and then... Am I overthinking this?
I'll just like stand next to Pat and I'll just kind of like tilt my head and just kind of follow.
Hold on, stay here. Where's Che-Che?
Grumpy has Che-Che. Gramps has
Grumpy?
Che-Che.
Okay.
Making sure she doesn't plummet into the water.
What?
Don't worry about it. I'll turn Pat so that he... You are right, though. What is the difference between these two?
I mean, if you look at you can see one is like an actual ship. Whatever ship you had
there's
in
a
mind.
ship and a rowboat.
Yep.
Got
whatever
it.
you had in mind when you saw a ship, that's what's there on the left, and on the right there is a rowboat. So one looks like it would take you across, and one looks like you would have to row across.
Gotcha. Okay.
Gotcha.
Yes. That's
Take
what
a few
looks
more
like
moments.
different.
Yeah. Take a few more moments past. Okay. Pat and Millie both like figure out like, oh, okay, this is probably what's going on. Now we got it.
Yeah, you take one step back to like look past the ticket booth and see this ship on one side and the rowboat on the other.
Oh.
It was hiding behind. I didn't see the rowboat. Yeah, there it is.
I didn't either.
Yeah, and you can see like a timetable posted for the ship. So there's actually, it would just maybe like more like a ferry, but it's a ship. Yep. Like a ferry service versus, and you can see probably about half an hour before the next one leaves.
Do we want to take a boat ride, or do we want to do it ourselves? Could be fun to do it ourselves.
That's true. I might need a boat for myself just for then I'll like look back to all the other bees.
Yeah, would we be able to fit in the rowboat?
You'll be able to fit in both. You'll have more room on the ship.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll let you. I'm not gonna. The rowboat fits exactly however many there are.
Bees. It's a Jenga tower of bees.
Yes. They can fly right behind the rowboat, right?
I was gonna say, yeah, they're just flying behind the rowboat.
Well, Gramps would probably be on my lap then, because he's gonna be old and crotchety, like meow.
Yeah.
Well, we have some time before we have to physically go. Maybe Che would want to explore a little bit.
Sure. Yeah. Guess we could just kind of chill for a little bit. Wait for the ship to be ready to go. Yeah.
And Gaylock wasn't back yet, so
yeah.
we can leave without him.
As you guys are playing and exploring, Che finds a rainbow feather, and it looks absolutely beautiful, like in pristine condition, and she finds 2 of them. Yeah, and she's kind of just playing around in the grass on this side of the lake.
Pat walks up and is like, "What'd you find there?"
Feathers?
Well, that's fun.
Che sounds a lot like a certain satyr that we do on Wednesdays.
What?
What? No.
What?
No way.
Well, this is interesting. You got 2 of them. What we could do here is, do you still have those skewers from earlier? We could.
She pulls out the skewers.
What if we tied them to one of these, and we could make little hair pins? Yeah.
Oh,
And we could
that's
have,
so cute.
and we could have one for you, and then when we find a friend, we can give the friend one.
That's so cute. All right, you spend the time, the next few moments, just tying those feathers to the skewer sticks and popping them in Che's hair. Oh, that's so cute. My heart. You could have a token for that. Oh, here I am giving you things to barter with, and you're like creating them into permanent items. I'm like, never mind. Have a token instead so you can buy things with that.
I was picturing that, like, the give it to a friend thing could, if an opportunity presented, like, here's a thing for you, like.
Yeah. No, the creating them is the cute thing.
Okay.
If you give them away again, I might just give you more dragons. I can do what I want. I'm the god.
You are. You're the slobbering god. That's from the game. I'm not making a weird statement about Haley.
No, yes. So looks like the cat is awake now, and he is standing by the ship, the ramp that to go on and off, and he is currently just standing there waiting for people to get onto the ship before it takes off.
Well, Che, I think, needs the first pick of seats.
Go ahead, Chiche. Pat like waves and like does the whole thing where like the adult is doing the transaction, but like the kid feels like they're doing the transaction. It's just like, she's going to go pick the first seat on the ship. That's okay, right? That's okay.
Of course. Come along. And he gestures for everyone to make their way up. He's like, we'll be leaving in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And he's saying it as if there was like a crowd of people to announce this to, but there is no one else on this ship. Leaving for the island in 5 minutes. You guys all take your seats, and the countdown finishes, and the ship takes off. You see the cat standing on the dock as the ship goes, and he waves it off as you see a identical cat pop his head out of the captain's spot of the ship and waves to his brother on the dock as he makes his way across the lake. Doesn't take you long before you get there and disembark off of the ship. It was not too long of a ride whatsoever. It would have taken a lot longer and a bit more effort to do so in the rowboat, but you guys managed to go across the ship and you land on Cave Island. Cave Island.
Do we see the cave now that we've made it landside?
Where's the eponymous cave?
You see a palace And as you walk up closer, you realize it's not a palace at all. It is a cave mouth in the shape of a palace.
Context.
Duped by perspective yet again.
Yes, perspective has gotten you once again. That's what happens when you get some random shit on the rolls, but you gotta make it work.
I love it so much. You were describing it. I was like, this is a hat on an island on a hat. And then, now it all makes sense. Gotta spit it from Mel.
Sorry.
Wonderful. No, you're fine. You disembark from the ship, and you've made it up to a point now where you can see that this is a very clearly laid out cave, and it is set up like a night market on the inside. You can see
good.
fairy lights are stringed throughout like lampposts on street lights. There are market stalls that are all inside, and it looks like the homes are behind those market stalls all the way down. And it kind of does like a big U shape. And in the center are all tables and chairs. It kind of looks like a food court. It doesn't look like there's a lot of people milling around by the food stands, but there are signs saying Firetop Festival package supplies, Firetop Festival package supplies. And there is also, you can see that the ship actually takes off and heads past the island. This once it lets you go, so looks like you can get back on that ship to continue on
Nice.
when it comes back around. But as you make your way into the cave, maybe we should take a break before we get into it. I
Sure.
think.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Go get your
So,
bathroom snacks, folks. Come on
Yes.
back.
grab some bathroom snacks, and we'll be back in 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Bye-bye.
Go, go.
sure how that works, but
If only you
great.
said all of that live, because
I
then that
know,
would be a
I-
perfect clip.
I switched this over way too late, but Colin just did the greatest, like, abbreviated recap of the
Recap.
craziness that is this. We're back. Hello.
We're back. We're back.
Hi,
All right.
everybody.
Can we, before we start again, can we get a reminder?
course.
What are the things that we are looking for? We need stuff for a bonfire.
Yeah,
We need
for
stuff for
bonfire.
lanterns.
Stuff for lanterns, so paper, pens, and glue. And then, or like just make it up, whatever you believe a lantern would be made out of. And then stuff, snacks and drinks, whatever, or like, you know, whatever you're feeling for the night, for dinner tonight.
It just
got
sounds
this
like
is
we've come to the perfect place for that third item.
Yes, it looks like as you enter the night market, beautiful twinkly fairy lights light the entire cave as you enter, and it almost feels like nighttime, even though you were just in the daylight moments just before. There's baskets full of like fruit and snacks and other bits and pieces that are all like gorgeous little gift baskets that are sitting on stalls that have the Firetop Festival logo and signage, as well as other food, snacks, knickknacks, and all of the above. And you can see a few people trading and bartering between stands. And yeah, there's music playing here as well. We've got let's think of a random animal, a tortoise playing the lute on a bar stool. And he's got like some symbols on his knees too, and every now and again he claps them together to just add a little bit of folkiness to this lute song he's playing. What would you guys like to do?
Pat sort of gives like a little like friendly elbow to Gaelic. He's like, "You were right. Don't compromise a future betterness. We're just trying to hurry up and get something done. We didn't get snacks at the last place, and now it seems like we're in the perfect place for snackitude."
Yeah, you know, you spend enough time wandering about, you learn to appreciate the small moments, the small joys that each new place brings.
I'm sometimes worried those small moments won't like the small moment you're in has to be the one, and then you don't get to the next one, right? But that's a me thing, I think. I'm sorry, I'm rambling.
No, you're fine. I understand. There are days when the trail between the moth towers gets a bit scarce. The villages are few and far between, but I don't know. I find they always find us. I'll always find somewhere where I can make myself of use and be fed and taken care of in return.
I guess nowhere's nowhere, so you're always somewhere.
If you're always lost, you can always find somewhere to be found.
That's not bad. Yeah. Speaking of lost. Okay, she's right. Oh, and like relieved to find her, and then looks back, and she has tangled herself up in a bunch of the lights, and is just like spinning like a little top and like winding them around herself.
Oh, that's so cute.
Look at you, little one. You glow like the moon. Do you know the moon? What phase the moon is in right now?
Moon.
It's well, I mean, perhaps we'll see it, but it's a half moon. It's on the way. Full moon is coming.
Is there something at full moon that we need to be doing? Did I forget something?
No.
Okay.
I will point out that is for the point of mechanics. That is one of my some things you can always do is tell everyone what phase the moon is in.
That's so cute. I love that.
My one of my somethings you can always do from imaginative trait is forget about something really important. So for a second, Pat was maybe thinking they forgot something really important that's like due on the full moon.
Technically, yes. If you can't remember what it is, the Candle Fest is at the end of the month,
Yep.
and so that's what you've probably forgotten.
Why
gone.
are we here again?
Yeah.
Firefest. No, Firetop.
Firetop Festival.
I sure hope they have tents and terrible sandwiches like they did last year.
Yeah.
No,
Say
they're not
Firefest
providing-
reference.
And no,
They're not-
no one has
guests.
watched.
They you guys know for a fact they're not providing food, so no.
At least they were upfront about it this year.
This year they were very upfront about the lack of provisions and only a location. And no means to get there.
No means to get there.
Good luck.
Have fun.
Well,
Beautiful.
let's try and find some good snacks. We're gonna need a couple. We got a lot of people in tow. And Pat just like gives a pat to one of the little bees buzzing about.
You see a group of piglets running around in circles just out the front of this little stall that's called themselves Firefest Supplies. And they there is a mama warthog tending the stall, and the little. Do you reckon they're still called piglets even though they're not pigs? I want to call them
Yeah,
piglets
they're
anyway.
piglets.
So, wiglets.
Hoglets.
Hoglets.
Hoglets sounds like something else.
Hoglins. It does. It's cute though.
Conlin and his hoglets.
Yes, and they're chasing a big gold ball around as they play with that on the ground.
Gold
They
ball?
Ball.
Or
gold
Ball.
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 B-A-double-L. Ball.
Gotcha. I heard bowl.
Yeah.
That was very
I say ball
No
weird
worries.
because I'm Australian. Australian. Ball.
Arr, nar.
Ball.
Oh, no.
Arr,
nar.
nar. We snuck it in there, that good old Bengalian cheerfulness. You're welcome.
Oh
Has
god.
to be. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Millie will actually be kind of hanging out in the back, just watching everybody. And she'll have a good old pipe that she'll take out of one of her many multitudes of pockets, and smoke some tobacco while she's kind of staring off into the distance, making sure everyone's fine. And her little bees too. They're kind of like wandering off, kind of exploring the night market too. Getting a feel
Hello.
for it.
The little hoglets are curious about the bees, and they go and sniff at them and press at them and like, want to play?
Moxie will be the one trying to get all their attention with like the biggest doe eyes and just kind of like tilting her head side to side like this. Whether it succeeds or not.
Yeah. No, it succeeds, and they're very excited until they catch eye of Keke and Cheche, and they're like, "Oh my god,
Another
tiny
child."
baby!" And they all five of them surround Cheche in like the cute way, and
Yeah.
they're like, front down, back up like a dog wanting to play, and they're all just like,
She kind of does this like, she's smiling, but she does this little like inward curl body thing, like, oh, don't knock me over, don't knock me over. And Pat's just
all
giving.
five of them just go onto their backs with their little tiny stumpy legs just poking upwards, and like some of them have got little tusks, and they're leaving little marks on the ground from them moving their heads.
Pat gives her like a little like thumbs up. You're okay. You're good. And like checking in, she's like, okay, and like puts her head on the ground and just leaves her hands open and just like does these like weird like, not totally rolls onto the ground, but just like playing shapes.
Playing shapes. That's exactly right. You see the mama warthog kind of like smiles at you, at all of you guys while the kids all play together.
Oh, nice to see some kids just being kids, huh?
Oh, absolutely. They're very cute. Is that yours?
Yeah, she's
The little...
my little one. Yeah.
Lovely.
You've got how many there? It's quite the little family you've got.
Yes, it's 5. The other 3 are at home.
The other 3. That's great.
And like as you say that, you see 3 tiny heads pop up into the window, like at the house behind this stall, and they're all just like there. And then one of them's got like one of those cold packs on his head. The other one's got a thermometer around his mouth, and the other one's got tissues stuffed in his little nose. And they're not feeling well.
Oh, poor things. Hello.
Yeah. Little hoofs wave through the window.
Do you have any recommendations for? We were going to get some snacks for the Firetop Festival. Do you have any recommendations for good food and drink?
Yes, well, you've come to the right place. Please look over the selections I have, and she's got like 6 or 7 baskets, and they're all filled with different types. So there's like a carnivore's one, an omnivore's one, and a herbivore's one, and then there's like different variations. So there's like bugs, fish, meat, sticks, all of the above there. And then there's like actually like a mixed platter that's got like a bit of everything.
Nice.
Well, all of these are for the Firetop Festival, and they're all. I mean, I give them my stamp of approval, and there's like an actual little hoof print stamp on each of the baskets, with like a tick in the center.
I love that.
I was thinking that, or it's her snout that just goes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's also great.
Just
I
a little
kind of like it.
smush
Looks
up.
like a little peace sign. Yeah. Yes.
Love this game. It's so fun.
It's so good.
Oh no, actually, yes. If you look across there, there's my brother. He actually sells drinks, and you can see that's where the snout print is on the front of the bottles. And he then takes his little tusk and draws a little line underneath the 2 dots, so it looks like a little smiley face on front of the bottle, but it's like a stamp.
Yep.
Yep.
It's so good.
Alright, so yeah, over there you can get drinks. That's my recommendation anyway. Do you have anything to trade? Any information or any stories? Maybe even some goodies.
Some goodies. This is all of our D&D inventory brains going like, there's nothing on
Yeah.
my sheet. What do I do?
I'm stuck in some things you can always do is ask, have you heard the news? I can't think of any news. My brain is stuck in like, have you heard the news? And then I don't know what it is.
Well, a story that you might find entertaining. It would be great to have one of these sort of all-around packs for little Cheche. The Cheche over there, one time, she had a great idea, and I thought it would be funny. And so we found some wool, and we dyed it yellow and black. And then, we and Gramps over there conspired to just pull a little prank on Millie there for a little while. And Millie genuinely thought that one of her bees couldn't fly for probably a good 5 hours before she realized it was just Cheche wrapped in yellow and black wool.
Oh gosh, that was quite the tale. Love it. We love pranks. And she says, please pick a basket. Anything you wish.
I'll take one of these mixed baskets. Thank you.
Perfect. You're welcome. And enjoy the Firetop Festival.
You too.
Thank you. I'll be making my way there later this afternoon. Might
Wanna-
see you there.
See you there, yes. And will all the little ones be joining as well? I guess maybe not the sick ones.
Yes, maybe not the sick ones. I think my husband will be staying home with them and taking care of them. But yes. And you see a cheetah pop his little head out and he's got a little like tie on, and he comes home and he takes care of them.
Business cheetah.
Business cheetah.
Salaryman cheetah.
Can I spend a token to either provide a solution for an aspect of material or immediate problem, or ease someone's pain, if only for a moment, and ruffle through my bag of various packages and find one that I've had for quite some time that maybe has some like medicine in it.
Yeah,
kind of thinking
absolutely.
this probably doesn't need to get where it's going anymore, and hand it over. It's been there for a while. There's a problem with delivering medicine through this.
This is
postal
not the
service.
optimal system
Yeah.
for medicine.
We're not here to.
I feel like parcels that come to you have got the address wrong, or they're very vague, like hidden village.
Yeah.
Like so.
Yep. Hey.
Oh,
Perhaps this would help your little ones. If this
wow. Thank you. We're gonna all be able to make it to the Firetop Festival tonight. Thank you. And she's like, oh, for your help. And she picks up like a little vial, and inside it are 3 little glowing marbles that look like the stars in the sky. And they're just in this little beaker shaped vial. And she's like, thank you, and she hands that over to you.
Thank you. These are beautiful.
You're welcome, and spend a token to have done that. Perfect. Oh, thanks for healing the little hoglets. I'm so happy. So you guys have now collected your food, and you have been pointed across the way to Mr. Warthog, the brothers' drinks bar. What do we call it? What do you tavern? Somewhere where you sell drinks, though? What is that
Drinkery.
called?
A
I
liquor
was just
store.
gonna say
A
drinkery.
liquor store. That'll
liquor
work.
store.
Liquor store. Yes.
Gun store, liquor store, gun store. Where are you taking me?
Or as we say in Michigan, party store. It's a party store.
Party store. Yes, so as you guys, if that's what you would like to do next, otherwise the night markets are open to you.
Pat definitely just wanted. Pat's on like, ooh, a checklist. I have a checklist to complete. Yes, I'll go over there and get some drinks for us.
Perfect. You make your way across to the liquor store, and you see it's like a little shed sort of thing, so you can actually walk inside of this one rather than the store with them on the front. And it is shelves, in a U shape, with stuff all over the walls. And there's juices on one side and more alcoholic beverages on the other side. All of them are fruit based, and a couple of grain based things as well. But mostly all fruity flavors for both the juice and the liquors. It looks like the Warthog might have an orchard or something like that, that he takes care of with all of his lovely fruits. Hi!
Hello?
Welcome!
Thank you.
Can I help you?
Yes, JJ, do you have would you like strawberry, grape, or apple?
I don't know which one she wants.
No, I'm asking her. Just like,
Oh,
hold on, this
okay.
one.
Which one does she point at?
I will roll a dice. So 1 strawberry, 2 grape, 3 apple. She points for grape.
Grape. Ah, great choice. And he grabs the grape down and chucks it onto the front counter. Anything else? It's a nice big liter bottle, so like you know that you could serve it around for anyone else that would like to try the drink at all.
Millie, Gaelic, do you have preference?
Anything's really good for me. I'm not too picky on things. Takes another big puff of her of her tobacco and then sprays it away just so that it's not anywhere around Che.
Would you like a recommendation?
Sure.
I don't see why not.
Oh, well, we've got here this grapefruit liqueur. It is very tart, but delicious, sweet, good served over ice. And you guys have magic ice. That
I was gonna
lasts
say,
forever, by
do
the
you
way.
have ice?
Yeah. Yes, I do. Here. And he pulls out a little tub that is magically refrigerated, freezed. And so and there's like a little pair of like gold tongs on top.
Fancy
and he's
here.
like, yes, here you could buy this one too. Or barter for it, trade for it. So
It's
there's a little
magic
tub
ice
of-
that doesn't melt until you put liquid into
Until you put liquid.
Yes.
it.
Yes.
I'm just getting flashbacks to the swamp episode of Archer when he has dry ice for the beer. Which is-
It's not
No.
dry ice. It's edible. And when you close it at the end of every day, it fills back up.
Ooh.
As long as you
Like-
gotta put water in it. It's
Yeah.
like an ice tray.
Ah.
That's what it is. It's
Oh my
ice-
god, it's magic. Ice trays are magic.
That's quite handy.
Any other drinks? He already put the grapefruit one down as well because no
Yep.
one said anything
No
otherwise.
no one said anything to stop him. Yep.
I would imagine that's plenty for us, right?
Wonderful. Wonderful. What have you got for me? And he gives you like this cheeky smile.
I could do a handy item for a handy item, and one of the look choices for a guardian is a sturdy cane.
Mhm.
My hands are too full these days to really make use of it too much, so it's never betrayed me.
Oh.
Always sure-footing. So there's that.
Beautiful. And he grabs onto the cane and uses it as a back scratcher.
That also works.
Ah, that's great. And he hangs it off of one of his big tusks. And so it just dangles there when he talks. Ah, beautiful. Please take the items. And if you want, this is DM Haley. I needed to get rid of the voice. If you want to take the icebox, you can spend a token to do so.
I was planning on spending a token in addition because I figure it's like 1 for 1, probably on bartering.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
I think it translates to Pat has some wood chips from a tree that fell really long ago, and they just smell super aromatic. They're great for smoking and will add a lot of flavor to stuff. So trades him a little bushel of special wood chips.
Beautiful. Thank you. And he slides the drinks in the ice bucket across to you and takes his little items, his wood chips, and he just gives it a good sniff. And he's like, ah, beautiful. I might be able to use these in one of my sluggers. And he pops it on his little shelf of bartered items that he's got behind him. And it's just a mismatch of random things.
I love picturing the economy of bartered worlds where it's it's all just trade and it's just this accumulation of stuff. Just yard sales is everyone's wallet. It's great.
Yeah, and you don't really need any of these things, and yet you have to have them on you to be able to get things in the world, which is always fun. Excellent. So you guys have now got your
Drinks and snacks.
food.
Huh?
You've got your
Bonfire.
firewood for the bonfire,
Yes.
and so all that's left is your supplies for the lanterns.
Mhm.
Doesn't look like there's any arts and crafts stores here or stalls here at all. So you might need to head off onto your next location. But is there anything you would like to do before you do so?
I want to see, one of the items that I have is an old horn that used to be used to call all the mumbles, out in the mystic fields, and it's in desperate need of repair, in which case I don't really have the resources for it. So I'd like to see if there's a blacksmith of sorts, or someone who likes to tinker with things, and see if they're willing to trade a broken item they can fix for something else they have.
If you would like to spend a token, there is a blacksmith.
Let's go to the blacksmith.
Perfect. Excellent. You spend that token and a building. No, as you go to leave the cave, you out the corner of your eye down a little alleyway, you spot some smoke and some fire coming from this spot, and you're like, oh, there's no stall over there. I wonder what's happening. And you head down this little alleyway and you see a big.
Is that for me or is that for
No,
you?
I'm trying to think of anything. A big
Oh, rhino.
To complete.
bunny is what I was going to say, but rhino
Ooh.
works.
I was gonna say meerkat
so-
to complete the Timon and Pumbaa reference.
Oh yes,
yeah,
perfect.
meerkat,
Yeah,
meerkat.
okay, meerkat. Yep, there is a big meerkat, and he's got a black apron on with singe marks all over it. You can see that is actually a bit of his fur is burnt off around where his gloves come up to. So he looks like he's a hard worker. He's covered in like a couple of scars and stuff like that. But he looks happy enough as you guys approach the building, and he's hammering down on his anvil, making some bits and pieces, some trinkets for other people to barter with.
I imagine his head just pops up like boop just after that.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. Good
How
evening.
can I help you?
Well, I was actually hoping I could do a little trade with you, seeing as how you are a master of the fire and smith. And I have something that's broken that I think you might be able to have fun fixing. Or better
Oh.
yet, sell to somebody else.
I do love a trade. Not many people make it down here.
And I'll pull out, it looks like, it's just like somewhat U-shape a little bit, where it's like all metal and it looks like it's kind of like rusted a little bit. There's like tinges of green from like copper that has like aged in time and stuff. And I'll shake it just so that you hear this rattling of like some pieces that clearly are not working anymore on the inside. I'm just gonna use this as a, that's not a good idea. I'm gonna use this as
Red light on your face.
I'm working with what I got. It's not a knot. I'll just hold up a little item. It's a nail polish bottle, guys. I'm sorry. It's not working too well anymore, and sadly, I'm not that smart enough to fix it. But considering you have all the resources that you need, maybe we could do an even trade.
I do love fixing things. Please, what would you looking for?
And I'll like look across all the different things.
Is there anything in particular that you are looking for? Otherwise, I can just give you a random selection of items.
I was thinking trading a broken piece for charcoal, just because for a stationery or craft place, they might use it for like ink or shading or anything else like that. Like something that would be more useful for their purposes.
Cool.
As an
Yeah,
even
nice.
trade. So,
Perfect. Yeah.
something very broken for for some charcoal, I think is an even trade.
Absolutely. And he bags up a few pieces of coal for you and hands it over. Are you sure that's all you want?
It will provide us more than we need.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you. And he continues back with his hammering as
The
yeah,
bees will
that's
hum,
it.
buzz, just zzz, and thinks, and then they'll keep going.
So he gets to hammering again. Che like walks up and like with one of her little sticks, like bang, 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 like on the side of the anvil, like mirroring it.
Gramps just takes Che by the back of the scruff again and just pulls her away.
Perfect.
Gramps is fully invested in Che just to make sure she's okay.
Wonderful.
We're good.
Perfect. You guys head outside back to the docks at the entrance of Cave Island, and you see it's coming from the other way, and so you know once it arrives to this dock, it's going to head north on a different path than you have traveled before, and you make your way back to the other side. Now, I will get everyone to roll 2d6s for me again.
Oh,
We'll
Again?
see where we end up.
I'll roll it in order just in case it matters.
Independent again, right? Reading each one.
Yeah, reading them.
Did you get the
independent.
same numbers again?
That's the fourth 4 in a row that I've rolled for the first dice. I don't
It's okay,
understand what's happening.
I switch them up in like because it's one goes from like a long list and then it goes from like the small list, and I kind of mix it up in between, so don't stress.
Sure.
Conlin, you first.
5.
5, and your second number?
2.
Okay. Matt.
4 and a 1.
That's the exact same numbers you got last time.
I thought it was a 4 or
Okay.
5 last time, but the 4
Yeah,
is
you got it.
definitely there's
Yeah.
something happening. I also love how the roll tables work in like how they're laid out in the book. It's just very like I don't know, just from the standard like big block of text D&D roll tables. They're just so whimsical in this one.
Yeah. It's so nice. And Mel.
I got a 3
Mm-hmm.
and a 4.
Okay.
Magic number.
Okay. So you
John Cena 4.
Yeah.
hop off the
The bolt.
ship, which makes sense that there's a dock on this side, as well as you exit, and there is just one singular long road that just splits the entire landscape in front of you. And on one side is a carnival, and on the other side is a graveyard.
Do you think there's any takers in the graveyard for some coal? I mean,
And at the carnival, you see a sign that is got like art supplies and craft store stall and all of those other bits and pieces that you believe that you'd be able to get, like glitter and all of those things in between. Looks like for either costume making or something along those lines is what you can kind of see as you make your way up. And on the other side is a very adorable graveyard that thanks for that, Matthew.
I saw you see like the 4 and the 1 and something happened in your face. I was like, this is gonna be something.
Yeah, I mean, it just was a mix. It was a good mix to go from a carnival to a graveyard to a road. And the road, so the road is bustling and busy, and it looks like there's people coming up and down it in their little either chariots or cockroach-drawn
Undrawn
cars.
carriages.
Yes, there are a couple of butterflies flying people around, dragonflies as the other mounts too. And they fly around the carnival. Big, huge bubbles as well, coming out of the big top of the tent in the carnival.
Bubbles.
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 Yes. So if you look left, you can see that there are supplies and fun and excitement on the left, and on the right is a graveyard. But there is a family standing in the graveyard. It's a mixed family. Looks like not one person is the same species. It looks like there's a mix of all and above. There is a red panda. There is a fox. There is a regular grizzly bear. And there is a tiny little mouse. And they are all standing together at where you buy flowers. At the graveyard. Looks like there's a little place where you can pick up flowers. There's no one manning the stall. It looks like it's a kind of help yourself at the graveyard. And that's just what you can see in front of you. Conlin, can you please add on something else that you could see?
Sure. So in the graveyard, I think there are a mixture of sort of different types of graves. So there are the ones that are clearly like well taken care of, people who are remembered by the people around them, people who come, there's flowers and, candles and things, especially at this time of year as the seasons are changing. It's time to, leave things at the graves. But then there are also ones that seem to be sort of overgrown with moss and vines and things. The graves of lost and discarded or forgotten things.
That's beautiful. Sad, but beautiful. Mel, what else can you see?
I gotta follow that shit. It's I think for the carnival, at least, it would be a lot of little kids running around having fun. So while there might be really big bubbles coming out of some of the tents, I think there'd be like someone a peddler or like one of the people who works at the carnival, where they have like the little wand that blows. Actually, no, they'd have one of the big ones that has the giant hole, and they just dunk the entire thing in, and they just do like all the big streams of bubbles, and all the kids are like losing their shit over seeing giant bubbles. Or he'll do the one where it's the circle on the ground, and it's like, you know, in a ring of the solution, and then a kid would stand in the middle and then pulls it so that the kid's like in the center, and just they're like, oh my god. So I think that's what she would see.
Perfect. Perfect. And Matt, what is one thing that you see?
There is a little stall that's set up kind of on the road, on the carnival side, but like they're not shying anyone away. You don't have to be in the carnival to do it. And there is a chameleon that is painting faces. So little kids are walking up, and she's just painting faces on like little painting stuff. And one eye is like focused on whoever she's working on, and the other one is off on the next kid. And she's talking like, well, what do you want when it's your turn?
Oh, that's great. That's so good. All right, perfect. Excellent. You guys make your way up this road. What would you like to do?
I think I should take some responsibility in getting some of the supplies. I'll make sure that I can grab all of the paper and pens or whatnot that we need. So, I'll leave my flock to watch all of you this time. And then I'll just wander off. And Gramps just kind of sits at the base of both of you. Meh.
Perfect.
Just ever watching, trying not to nod off. Meh.
Wonderful, wonderful. You make your way over to the craft stall by the looks of things, and it's got everything in there, and there is a snake working the counter with butterfly wings and big red lipstick with glitter all down the side of their face. And you can see that they're helping with their tail, pick stuff up, put them back on shelves, as well as talking to customers that enter the store. She welcomes you in with a little wave of her rattle tail, and she continues serving the customers at the counter. And she's like, please, help yourself to anything you need.
I'll wait my turn. I'll make sure to let all the others go first.
Cool. The people buying bits and pieces, some people bought some fairy wings, others bought some glitter for their face, a couple of people bought some supplies to make lanterns for the fire festival. You can see that they're getting ready for it. There are a few people sitting out on the tables in the more general area that were cutting and gluing and stuff there, getting prepared if they needed to spend the day at the carnival and not make it till later. And the snake greets you. Welcome. What can I get for you? And you can see that there's all different colors, papers, glue, glitters, pens, inks, all of the above behind her on her little shelves.
Well, I was hoping to make a trade, seeing as how there's so many people who are also doing the Fire Festival. Firetop Festival, Mel. Firetop Festival. Of course I'm the one to fuck it up. Anyway.
It's okay. Fire Festival. Firefest.
Firetop, fire bottom, it's all fine.
It's all fine. There's no shaming here.
There's the joke. I was wondering when we'd slip one in. I should have said it that way either.
No, we don't flame shame in this place.
And we just killed Matt. Either way, I was hoping just to do a trade. Some charcoal for all of you, where you can use it to your various swim, and I'll put the bag down and just kind of set it at the table. In exchange,
grabs it up in her tail and gives it a sniff, I think.
a quick examination.
A taste.
A taste. With her little snake tongue. And she's like, oh, very good quality. It's recently been, I don't know, but how do you make charcoal?
You just burn the shit out of stuff.
Basically, yes.
It's recent charcoal. It's fresh, nice and soft and nice and dark. And she dips her tail in and makes like a sign, like on the wall of like, she actually draws a little bumblebee And she's like, oh, it's beautiful. Thank you. What were you after? And she looks behind her. I'm guessing not a costume, seeing as all the costumes are kind of like self-serve.
More or less just maybe some pencils or pens or, ink of that sort, and some paper.
Of course. What are you getting him for? And she grabs down some inks. She grabs down black ink and some pens, and it's like a little pack of multicolored pens, and some white paper. What is it for?
The flame wishes for the festival.
Oh, would you like some more fun colors? Some glitter, some glue. You're probably going to need a pack, aren't you?
I think the little one would appreciate it.
She kind of like dives down under her table, and like you see her slither and slither for like way longer than you think, and then you see the end of her tail disappear, and just as you see the tail disappear, her head pops back up, and in it she's got a bag, and inside the bag has got everything you need, and on the front is like a little sticker that's like got Firefest written on it. So she's these are ones I prepared before. Is there any color you would like specifically?
This is a question for Matt. What color is Che-Che? Or what colors does she like?
Che-Che's your standard fox, so like orange,
orangey,
with
red,
a little bit of white at the muzzle and the tips of the ears and the paws. The paws are all dipped in white. In terms of colors that she gravitates towards, it is all like everything. If it's colorful, she's
yes.
about it.
The answer is yes.
The answer to color is yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
so then all the colors.
Yes.
Okay.
A hodgepodge of everything, I think, would work.
Perfect. But she uses her little tongue to flick through paper and grab out a sheet of one of every color instead of the big pile of white that she gave you to begin with. And she it's literally like that, flicking through it like with your thumb. And she pops it into the bag for you, and she says, for you, please. Thank you for the charcoal so much.
You're welcome. I hope it's of great use to you.
It absolutely will be. Thank you. And she goes back to popping stuff away on shelves and cleaning up the costume messes while two little meerkats put on fairy wings at the front door, just like trying them on, and they turn around to each other and they're like, do you like it? Do you like it? Do you think they look good?
And I'll leave the shop and I'll head over towards the others. Big bag in hand. Well, we got the last bit of it, I think.
That's great. Is it okay if I go over? Pat's gonna go over to the cemetery towards the mixed family that was in there. Sorry if I'm intruding. Is everything okay?
Yeah. We're here mourning our parents. And as you walk up to them, perspective gets you once again, and you realize they're all children. And they're all kind of picking out their favorite flower from this stall to put together into a bouquet to put to their parents. We can't pick. Can't decide.
Oh, do you want some help? And I'll hold up Che-Che. She's pretty good at picking stuff.
Yeah. And you see two of the brothers fighting, and the one's like, she likes orange the most. No, she likes oranges. And like it just like fighting over which color to pick. And the one that was speaking to you goes, please, please get her to choose.
Sure. Che-Che, can you pick your favorite? And she just like toddles forward and like looks at all of the stuff, and like very suddenly, like two hands just plap, like just on something. I can roll to randomize it, or you could say what she plaps.
Roll to randomize it, and I mean just randomize what I don't know.
Yeah,
but it's gonna be a
I've rolled. What roll table
What?
am I rolling on?
Oh yes, actually, yeah, do that. Let's do it, and it'll give me a vibe.
Sure.
Give me a d6 roll.
I rolled a 1.
A 1. Okay, they are pink, and they are kind of like sunflower looking. So they've got like a big center with like all little leaves on the outside, and they're very pretty and they smell beautiful.
So in that way that little kids like have the dexterity to do a thing, but not gently, just like hugs the bunches of sunflowers and like turns and just like holds them forward. A couple of petals fly off.
Yeah, the bucket that it was sitting in is knocked over and
Completely
water spills out
Oh,
onto the
no.
ground.
She like looks over and oh, okay, I have that. You can. They look like oranges. Kind of. I have the bucket. Let me get the bucket. And
It's fine. Yes, and the two kids stop fighting for a second, and they're like, "Oh, the pink is very nice, and you're right. The center does look like an orange." And they grab the big pile of flowers that are together, and they're like, "Thank you. We appreciate your help."
You're welcome. And remember that family just wants love. It doesn't. You don't have to have the right love. It's just love.
You're right. And they all give each other like a big hug in like this group, and you can have a token for spreading some love. Hi. Helping someone out. Excellent. They make it over to a set of 2 graves, place the flowers down, and that's what they do for the rest of the time. Yeah. Looks like you've got everything. Everything has been collected. Is there
Yeah.
anything else that... Yeah.
I was gonna really quick. I'm gonna give that token right back.
Okay.
Because I want to replace some of the flowers with like these. They're not flowers, but they're like pinwheels that they like picked up at some point and just put those in there as like options for people. And then
Perfect.
Pat picks up Che and moves over to the grave to the like lost and unknown things and just like stands there for a little while.
Perfect. Kind of standing next to a grave that maybe looks like it hasn't had any love in a really long time. So I think the world appreciates a moment given to it.
And you'll feel a little bump in the back of your legs from Gramps just...
I like that they make sheep noises.
Yeah.
They take
Bees.
after their mama.
Bees are the sheep of the insect kingdom.
Yep. Perfect. Was there anything else that anyone wanted to do in the carnival or the graveyard before we move on to the Firetop Festival?
I'm good. But Gramps will stay close to Pat and Che just as emotional support.
Did you want to leave that letter you wrote? And plops her down. She wanders forward and like smacks this big paper that has charcoal scribbled all over it next to the grave. And it says, "Miss you," and just like a fox head.
Oh, my heart. What?
Now it's your turn to get the GM feels.
Oh, my heart. A ghost pops up and says, "Thank you."
God damn.
I can do what I want. It's
I
my
can do what I
game.
want. It's my world. Haha.
Ha ha ha.
If I want something to happen, I can just do it.
I think
Excellent.
real quick. Gaelic comes up as well as the letter's being left and says, sometimes things get where they're going a little bit faster if you pay a bit of postage, and digs around sort of in the bag for something, and finds, I guess actually, I'll use one of those little marbles, the little glowing marbles. The moths tend to like the light, so maybe this will help get it there a little bit quicker, and hand it over.
Che like gives that little like gibby hand and then like looks at it and then totters over and puts it on top of the letter
No.
and then totters back.
Moths will be attracted to it then. Oh, guys, you're killing me. All right. Okay.
It's about the journey. We're gonna make it sad and happy all at once.
Oh, all right. You guys continue down the long road that seems to split this landscape in half, knowing that the next stop that you make will be Firetop Festival. Can everyone please roll me 2d6 and let's find out where this Firetop Festival is being held this year.
In the middle of a snowstorm. No, I can't.
In a carnival-shaped cave that inside there's a graveyard market.
Mm-hmm.
Surrounded by a
Mirrors.
mirror city.
Did you want 2 again or just 1?
Yes, please.
2, okay.
And we're going to start with you, Matt.
A 3,
Well, you gotta change dice, dude.
a 3 and then another 4. I'm not even mad. It's above average on a D6. It's just so
Yeah.
weird.
It's just so weird. It's fine. That's all good. Conlin.
I rolled a 1
Mm-hmm.
and then a 2.
Ooh,
Sequential.
Excellent. And Mel.
I rolled a 4.
And
And another 4. No, I'm kidding. I
That
rolled a
would-
5.
That'd have been amazing.
actually, Mel, would you be able to re-roll both?
Ooh.
Both
Okay.
options have already been done,
Okay.
so I can't switch it around to make it
2 6s.
2 6s.
If only I get that during our Vengalia campaign.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it hasn't been done before, so we'll see how it goes. You guys make it to the end of the road, and you know that this Firetop Festival is being held in a beautiful garden, all full of gorgeous trees, which makes sense because, I mean, it's about the leaves falling starting tomorrow. So all of the trees spread out across this wasteland where nothing else is except for these trees. There is no buildings, no structures, nothing permanent whatsoever. It's just sprawling landscape, dotted with these gorgeous trees that look like they're on fire. When you come across the hill, it definitely does look like a fire to begin with, but you're used to it. It's the whole month that lasts like this every year, so you do get used to seeing those bright red trees. There is a furnace in the center of this wasteland where it looks like the beginning of the festival is being set up. It looks like that is where people are grabbing fire from to start their fires, and it looks like that is where food is also being made. They've decided to have some vendors here at the Firetop Festival, and the air is filled with like mesmerizing scents of all herbs and spices, and you can see that there are like friends and families all gathered around spots that they have decided to create their bonfires. There are kids making their lanterns. There is families and friends all running around, laughing, chatting, having drinks as you guys walk and find your perfect little spot to place the bonfire. You are able to now set up and get everything ready for your little flame wishes as you create your lanterns. So if you want to describe how you set up and what you would like to... Everyone writes a future wish on their flame lantern before they set them off at sunset. And, sunset is when everyone lights their bonfires, and then once the sun is dropped, everyone lets their lanterns off into the air. So right now, it has just hit sunset, the sun is starting to go down, and the sky hits these gorgeous pink and orange hues, which makes the trees light up even more. And people start lighting their bonfires as you guys find a spot.
All the bumbles will probably like settle down like and they'll probably pick like little spots just to chill because they've been flying for quite some time. So they're all just kind of.
They're just sleeping.
Che leans against Bruno. Bruno's the big one.
Mm-hmm.
She leans against him because he's like a nice big like cozy thing, and just like, isn't that thing where like the kid is clearly too tired and wants to like go to sleep, but is still doing stuff, and so she's just like idly like painting and kind of like mishmashing stuff into the lantern, but like leaning halfway onto Bruno.
And you'll actually see Jerry kind of hover over towards Che, and he'll actually get in a little ball right next to her and just kind of.
She like pauses
Oh God, the violin!
and just like
Now
does
there's-
the little pets.
Now there's like
Going.
purple paint all over the bee.
Oh
Yep.
no, all over
Yep.
Jerry.
Pat just looks over. Embrace the mess. Embrace the mess. Okay, and is just like patting the sticks up into like a good bonfire shape.
Yeah, you'd be king at that.
This is my thing. I got this.
I'll open up the bag that had all the crafts and stuff, and I'll start like sorting out like that. Everyone gets a paper. Everyone gets like glitter if they want to. Like kind of spreading all the materials to make sure there's one of everything for everybody.
Yeah, glitter would be good. Glitter. And it's just too late. Just all over.
The important thing you forgot, huh? It's glitter, 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 glitter.
But
Do you-
glitter is important when making crafts.
It is. It is very important.
And you never lose it because it just keeps popping up
Yep.
everywhere. Gaylock, you have the food already, right?
Yeah. And I'll be like setting out the different drinks and like snacks and stuff we've acquired throughout.
Little picnic rug.
Yep.
A rug.
Gorgeous. Excellent. Well, you guys, as you craft and eat and snack to your heart's desire, go and grab some fire from the furnace and light your bonfire on fire and enjoy the warmth as you guys all make notes of your future wish into the lantern. And you guys, as the night unfolds, the lanterns are released into the sky, carrying the collective hopes and dreams of the community. And it's a breathtaking sight as the lanterns ascend, transforming the night sky into a canvas of floating dreams.
I think I just realized why the rest of this place is a wasteland because of all the fire issues.
fire. Fire safety is like just barely enough. They're like, they just and remember, if you need to know the consequences of fire safety,
Look at where we are.
I'm sorry I ruined it.
that was great.
No, you're fine. And yeah, if there's anything else that you guys would like to do, that's where we end the session. Leaving it on the beautiful night sky filled with lanterns.
Yay! Good job, Haley.
Thanks.
Excellent GM debut.
Indeed.
That was a good
Loved it.
day.
Yeah.
And just because I'm a rules lawyer system nerd, if we were doing like a long form, like keep playing, this would be a seasonal holiday, so we would get to choose
would
like an advancement for our playbooks.
Yes, that's right. So yeah, you would get to choose an advancement for your playbook, and there would also be an event that would happen right at midnight. But we won't worry about any of those things. Depending on who, if everyone made a wish, something spectacular happens.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's very fun. So
I love the Guardian playbook because 3 of the things are your ward learns something
Yeah.
new from a playbook, and then the last one, all of them have that like classic kind of Powered by the Apocalypse thing where it's like you get to retire. You have an end game for your character, and it
Yes.
says pick a new playbook, make a new character. This one is the Guardian retires, and you make a playbook and character sheet for your ward, and they keep journeying. It is the
Ah.
that is so cute. Well, we're gonna have to continue playing this every time we have a gap then, and we'll just.
sweetest thing. One day, the adventures of Che-Che.
One day.
The dominator of the world. No, I'm kidding.
The moth tender, 3 of them are choose a new letter or package that you
Mhm.
have to deliver, which is really fun.
Yeah.
That is fun. Oh, delivering those letters was so cute, and the
I'm
package.
glad-
Oh yes, you do. You see the family of warthogs all running around, all 8 children, and the father cheetah.
Yeah.
As they all run around their own bonfire, not too far from yours.
Nice. That was cool to see that, like, the letter to a hidden city that worked perfectly with the little mirror labyrinth. That was super neat.
So I was between that one, and then I also had an envelope stuffed with a whole village's worth of care for a furious spy in a distant city, which also would have worked.
That would have been cool, yeah.
Oh
That
my.
is cool.
I
That's
love
very
those.
cool.
The, like,
proper mayor.
the like hidden view of world building that the game does is really neat, where it's like it references
Yes.
all these things, but it doesn't give you like very many concrete details, so it's just very loosey-goosey and left up to interpretation. I love it.
Yeah, and there are like props on all of the places. So say like the Metropolis Mirror Labyrinth, I could go into the book, go to those pages, and it gives you like a couple of dot points as like options for things to like add on to the towns and stuff. But I wanted to just use our imagination and see what
Yeah.
we came up with. So no, that was
And
awesome.
this is just like
Thank
a
you
nice
so much, guys.
break. This is just
so
like a
much
nice
fun.
break from all of the at least now that
Horsemen of
Taylor's
the
listening and
apocalypse.
all of the but now that Taylor's here, all of the possessions she's had to undergo and
Yes.
attempts at wisdom saving throws. And Taylor, I love you. I'm just pointing that out as a vast difference. But thank you,
Thank you so much, Haley.
for,
You did
for
it.
doing this.
Yay!
And then
Thank
next
you
week,
to all of our viewers, and thank you to the players. You guys were awesome. Made it easy to DM.
and then next week we are right back to Vengalia, so you guys
Woo!
get to see what shenanigans we get up to.
If I let Dustin back, not
It's mine.
mine now.
It's the Wanderhome campaign from now on.
Yep.
No more Vengalia.
Sunset over Heath.
Sunset,
Yes.
Sunset wanders home.
Yes.
But we're gonna do a raid.
Yes.
We're gonna do
Stick
a
around for
raid.
the raid. And thank you for being here. Love you. Love your guts. Have a great day, afternoon, night, whatever it is for you. We'll catch you
And
next time.
one more thing, just like all the time before, what does Dustin always say at the end, Haley?
Pop quiz for hosting the show.
I
you ready?
know what my.
Are you ready for more hails?
Are
you ready for more hails?
hails?
Always!